If my bangs look bad, keep that opinion to yourself. Hello, my name is Tomato Basil Girl. I speak for the tomatoes, and today we're discussing my last current and future read. Here's the thing. The reason, not the reason I started this channel, but like the reason I was like, I need to start taking this channel somewhat seriously and like I at least get like the tiniest bit of a following is because I really want to read Tempest by Victoria. I don't know her last name. She wrote Red Queen. I don't know anything about Red Queen other than Powerless copied it. That's really all I know. However, it's pirates, and I have a deep, everybody's like, fae this, fae that, fairies this, I love a fairy, but I really have been on a mermaid pirate kick, specifically mermaids, and I really want a pirate book, and I don't want to wait till September, because I probably won't even get it in September, because I probably won't buy the book. I'll get it at the library, and it will be a million long line, what? I'm gonna be an English major. Just let I throw that in there. It's going to be a long line. A line longer than any other line. Here's the thing. Okay. Let me tell you this. Ignore the plane. I can't do anything about that. Here's the thing. When you start getting into the book community, you don't realize how insane people in the book community are. So you'll hear about a book on a TikTok and you're like, oh, that sounds good. You'll go to your local library, because I'm a library user. I can't afford to be buying books. I'm a library user. Libby specifically. And I'm like, I check Libby. There's 1,000 people in front of me. It's a 72-year wait. I'm like, I've never heard of this book. And that's not to say the book's bad. That's just to be like, I've never heard of this book. Nobody in my life knows what this book is. If I'd asked somebody at the local Walmart, they'd go, I don't know that book. What's that book? What's that book about? What's a book? They probably don't read. People who go to Walmart probably don't read. That's a joke. But is it a joke riddled with truth? Ask the people at Walmart. Anyways, so now I'm on a 72-year wait list to read this Allie Hazelwood book, and I'm like, awesome. That's awesome. Shout out to God. That's what I like to say in moments of hard time. Shout out to God. Anyways, so my favorite author, Rainbow Roll, released a new book today. I've known about this book for like a year and a half. Maybe not a year and a half, maybe like a year. I think like a year. I've known about it since 2025. 2026, if you're unaware. And so I was like, oh my god, awesome. I tried getting the book ahead. I could have called the library and been like, can I put this on hold ahead of time on Libby? And they probably would have said yes. But I didn't think of that. So I was just like kept checking every day till it was available. It's Tuesday. Books, if you don't know, in the book community, books get released on Tuesday, new release Tuesday, it's a thing. So I'm like, awesome, it's released. I go to get it. I'm like, oh, I had to place a hold already. I thought I would just be able to get it. There's 57 people in front of me. And that was a hard truth I had to face. So I call my library and go, bitch. I did not call my librarian a bitch. I go, girl, how can I get this book? And she goes, we have the physical copy. You'll be 7th in line. Give me your library card. And I go, awesome. Thank you. So now I have to start reading physical books again, because I'm an audiobook girl. I have to start reading physical books again to prepare for Rainbow Roll. However, I'm not nervous. I could read any Rainbow Roll book, honestly, in a day, except maybe the Simon Snow trilogy, just because that trilogy stresses me out. That's why I haven't finished Wayward Son. I'm scared to. Anyways, that's what I've been up to. So I am going to talk about my last read, kind of the title of the video. My last read, my current read, and my future read. But actually, I'm gonna do it in reverse order because I have the most to say about my last read. I feel like that makes most sense. I don't know. Usually people do this in short form, so they talk for like 2 minutes. I love to talk, so I talk for like 72 minutes. That's my truth. Anyways, my next read is Chlorine by Jade Song. It's a weird lit fic girl. What? I'm an English major and I can't talk. It's a weird girl lit fic. And I've never read... I've never read a weird girl lit fic. Because I only started really reading again this year as an adult. I got back into reading as an adult this year. I'm 19. I start earlier than some of you. Some of you waited till you were like 26, had a midlife crisis. That's okay too. But I'm an overachiever. Not really. Anyways, I'm very excited for that book. I know it's about mermaids. Not actually. The girl in the book is convinced she's a mermaid. And then, like, jumps in the river at the end of the book and sews her legs together. And I'm here for that. I'm not too excited for the body horror, the gore, but I think I can do it. I'm not a horror girl, not a thriller girl. That is probably my least favorite genre other than sci-fi. I hate sci-fi. I have a vendetta against sci-fi. And I had a vendetta against sci-fi since I knew what sci-fi was, since I was like a 4th grader, reading Harry Potter, which, by the way, Harry Potter bad. We support trans people. But since I was like a 4th grader reading Harry Potter, and I was like, I'm not reading fucking spaceships. The only sci-fi I like, I Who Have Never Known Men, that's an incredible book, and the 2012 Ninja Turtles, and also the 2018 Ninja Turtles, and also the 2007 Ninja Turtle movie. That's it. That's my only exceptions. I'm not doing it. I don't like Star Wars. I don't like Star Trek. I don't like any of it. Not a single thing. So keep it away from me. Wait, I'm doing the thing. Wait, guys, I'm doing the thing. Keep it away from me. I don't come in peace. Anyways, that's my next read. I have 2 current reads. I haven't started well, I'm a chapter into one. Not even a chapter in. I finished the preface. We'll talk about it in a sec. The one I know I'm going to finish it tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm going to start it today, but I'm going to finish it tomorrow because it's 4 hours, is the Ali Hazelwood exclusive audiobook that just came out in physical print. I'm like, why'd you do an exclusive audiobook if it was just going to come out in physical print, but also pop off Queen? Because exclusive audiobooks do piss me off. I want to hold it. I'm not going to hold it, though, because I'm not going to buy this book, probably. I do really want to buy Deep End. There's a cover of it that's $65 on my local half-price books, and I want it. So bad. Oh, it kills. Because I know I'm a mess you don't want to clean up. Sorry. Anyways. That's an Apple reference. Anyways. So I'm going to read two can play. It's like quick, it's 4 hours. The last 4-hour book I read was The Deep by River Solomon, and that was incredible, but it filled me with existential dread. So I'm hoping this Ali Hazelwood book won't have the same effect. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be flirty. It's going to be thrilling. Yeah. Do I care about gaming? No. Listen, I think I don't really care about male gaming at all. I really think games that are like GTA, actually GTA is really funny. Like Call of Duty, I hate Call of Duty, it's so annoying. However, a cozy little game, so fun. My favorite game to watch is Until Dawn, which like isn't cozy. My favorite game to play is Slime Rancher, but I am not a gamer. And I actually have trauma because every single summer, my entire childhood, me and my sister shared a room for like, till I was like in the 5th grade, 6th grade. And we shared a computer, and my dad, you know how every single reasonable parent enlisted the rule of like, okay, you can only be on the computer for an hour, and then you have to give it up, and your siblings allowed to go on the computer, and you have to go outside and touch grass. My dad never listed that rule. So every day my sister would wake up in front of me to go watch Invader Zims, because they're crazy and insane, and they would just watch Invader Zim. Why? Hello? Invader Zims, and I has Quipquake and Aphmau, and I would have to fend for myself out in the Arizona summer heat because I wasn't allowed to have computer time, and that's why I'm not a gamer. Because my sister, big gamer. It wasn't my calling. God chose another path for me. Just know every time I mention God, it is sarcastic. I'm not religious. I just think it's really funny when people are like, this is God's will. And it's like, no, babe, that's not God's will. That's, you are choosing to do that. You're choosing to do that. And if you're like, is that a critique on religion? I won't say anything further. I'll just heavily imply. Anyways, so I'm going to read 2 can play. It will be fun. It will be quick. I've only read one other Allie Hazelwood book, and it stressed me out. Deep End stressed me out. And you're like, why did it stress you out? I don't know, because there's something wrong with me. It's not a stressful book. I can't say. I want to get a job in the future, so I'm not going to say what the book's about. Just know it's like, anyways, so I'm excited for this book. I like Miss Allie Hazelwood, and I am debating reading more of her books. Here's the thing. I don't like problematic summer romance because it's a age gap. I don't like age gaps, but I'm willing if I don't know if I'm going to do Love Hypothesis because it's so popular, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to wait for that long. I don't really care that much, but if I like it enough, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Definitely want to read Bride and Mate. Really want to read Bride and Mate. Really want to read Bride and Mate. Really bad. Like, really bad. I do. And I want to read them in public. I want people to know there's something wrong with me. But anyways, so this is like kind of a tester to be like, will I force myself to read the age gap book? Even though I'm morally against age gaps. We'll see. Okay. The physical book I'm reading, and I'm not even reading it physically, I got it on Libby on the ebook, but I own it physically, so I can read it. Yep, silently reviewing this book. Let me silently read this book. That's me silently reviewing the book. Anyways, I did not grow up in the early 2000s. He's trying to silence me. And you're like, Alexis, why don't you just pause the video when there's outside noises? You're here for the experience, okay? We're outside for the experience, and you're gonna experience it with me. And if you don't like dogs barking, actually that is fair. You can skip forward. I get that. I don't like dogs barking, but I have a reactive dog. That's just how it works. You'll get a pound dog, he's gonna act like a pound dog. And I've had good pound dogs. Well, my dog's a good dog, but he's a reactive dog. Reactive dogs can be good dogs. Doesn't mean they're bad dogs. It just means they have trauma. But my first ever pit bull, he's a pit bull Rottweiler mix. Come here. Come here, Kobe. Come here, Kobe. He's a pit bull Rottweiler mix. My first ever pit bull was I'm debating if I should curse on this channel. I have nothing against cursing. I curse a lot. Actually, I had 2... I don't use the word situationship because I think it's stupid. I had 2 flings last summer, and both of them were like, you curse too much. And I was like, shut up. shut up and die. And that's how I felt, and that's what I told them. Maybe that's why it didn't work out. Anyways, but I don't know if I should curse on this channel, because again, employed. I would love to be employed. Anyways, the point is, my first ever dog we rescued, because we didn't rescue my first dog. I wasn't a part of that. She was as old as me. I was as old as her. Her name was Leia. She was a cockapoo. She's gorgeous until she aged and she became a little unhinged. And I respect that. I respect the one who ages gracefully and then just becomes crazy. I love that for her. But the other dog, Roscoe, he was gorgeous. He's a pit bull. He was the best dog alive. And now he is not alive. But he was really cool. And now I have this new dog who barks all the time. And I'm like, I love you, dude. You're not Roscoe. And I don't know why I'm putting on my weird guilt about my dead dog onto you. I'll move on. I just had to tell you this. I just know if you subscribe to this channel, there's going to be a lot of barking dogs. And I will pause if it's like super close, if you can like hear it super clearly. But anyways, I did not grow up in the early 2000s. I am 19. You can do the math. I'm joking. I won't do that to you. I was born in 2006, but I was born in December. So I don't turn 20 until December. Okay. Okay, we understand. We got it. You get it? Cool. So I kind of missed the Twilight craze train. So when I was a teenager, what was cool was to make fun of Twilight. And here's the thing about Twilight. There are real valid criticisms of Twilight. Twilight is unhinged, and sometimes not in a good way. Twilight says shit that's crazy. Twilight does shit that's crazy. Why did Jacob imprint on that baby? You know, like, there are so many things that Stephanie Meyer has done that I'm like, we can't, this is illegal. Like, if somebody published this now, I wouldn't want them near me. And I'm not even a child anymore, but I'd feel unsafe. I kind of look like a child. You might have thought I was younger than I am. And that's not me being egotistical. Many people have asked me if I was a minor recently. One time, I was waiting outside the library for my dad to pick me up, and this lady goes, "Where are your parents, sweetheart?" Bitch, I'm 19! And that was low. That was a low moment for me in my community. Anyways, so the hot, fun thing to do as a teenager in the, what do we call this? Not the 2010s? No, 2020s? The 20s? I don't know. In my childhood was to make fun of Twilight, to watch the movies and make fun of them. Cool, awesome. We did the same with Titanic. Here's the thing about both Titanic and Twilight. I ended up loving them. Here's the difference about both Titanic and Twilight. Titanic is a good movie. There's nothing good about Twilight. So, everybody, has internalized misogyny. If you're a woman, trans woman, cis woman, non-binary, but sometimes identifies as a woman on like a Wednesday, you have internalized misogyny. And part of that was making fun of anything women liked. Even if there was valid criticism, you didn't care about the valid criticism, you just care that woman liked it. So that was my mindset going into Twilight. I watched the movies, I was like, these are incredible. Why would anybody dislike these? So, I was at the library. If you didn't notice, I spent a lot of my time at the library. I do. I was at the library, and I see New Moon. Not this copy. I got this copy from Half Price Books. We'll talk more about this copy in a second. I see New Moon, and I'm like, oh my god, I should read that. And I'm like, I'm not going to read Twilight. I don't care about Twilight. I'm going to read New Moon. I read New Moon. And then I get institutionalized for my mental health. We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to make it weird. You don't have to say, I hope you're doing better now. It's okay. We can ease past that. Point is, while I'm in this deep, dark depression, I start writing Twilight fan fiction. And I'm like, and you're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And if you're like, what was the Twilight fan fiction, babe? It was a polycule. Why choose between Edward and Jacob when you can have both? That's so embarrassing. I should edit that. I shouldn't admit that to people. Anyways, so I started reading. I reread New Moon for the second time, and then I read Twilight, and then I read Eclipse, and then I got halfway through Breaking Dawn before I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. I'm not putting myself through this anymore. I refuse to put myself through this. And now I made a deal with myself where I'm like, okay, well, I didn't read it in youth, but I'm going to become, to me, you become a woman when you're 20, and by that I mean, I just think it's funny to say I'm becoming a woman at 20. I think you become a woman when you turn 18, but I don't think you start feeling like a woman till you, like, I don't know, have a quarter life crisis, turn 30. I don't know what the key is. I don't know. Anyways, I become a woman when I turn 20. I have till December. I need to read the entire Twilight saga. And you're like, okay, that's 4 books. That should be easy. Wrong! There's more than 4 books. There's the 4 main books, Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn, and then there's Midnight Sun, which I am dreading, which is from Edward's perspective, Life and Death, which was the 10th anniversary edition, that's it's literally just Twilight but gender bent, and then there's a book about a side character called The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. I have to read all of those. And you're like, how are you going to do that? I've read 23 books this year, babe, one of them being Twilight. I'll be able to do it, it's fine. However, Midnight Sun, either I'm going to kill somebody. That was my neighbor's pool thing. Something at his pool. If you heard that, I'm sorry. It sounds like The Walking Dead is coming to my town. Anyways, I don't know if I have to fist fight Robert Pattinson to get through it. I don't know. All I know is I'm going to read that book. So, we're going to do New Moon. New Moon's my favorite movie. My favorite movie for, like, if you want to watch, like, a good movie, in my opinion, New Moon is a good movie. If you want to watch, here's the thing, if you're like, I don't want to watch the whole Twilight movies, because I just don't want to, but I want to, like, laugh at Twilight, watch both Breaking Dawns, they're incredible. And if, like, Alexis, you have, like, a weird thing with Twilight, is there something wrong with you? Yes, I'm autistic. And here's the thing, when people think autism, people think white men. So, when I talk about my autism, people don't necessarily clock it as autism, they're just like, oh, she's just kind of weird and obsessive. No, it's autism. What do you think is a girl autism? What's stereotypical girl autism? Exactly, you can't think of anything. My stereotypical girl autism is Twilight, but my boy autism is Ninja Turtles. And my in-between non-binary autism, I am gender fluid, is Scooby-Doo. I have something for all genders. All genders welcome here. And here's the thing, most people the only girls that got recognized for being autistic aren't girls, they're trans men. So they like the dinosaurs and the trains. It's hard being a woman and being autistic. Anyways, I want to fully annotate this series. However, I am not going to do that this read through. I have the first 4 audiobooks physically. I bought them from my library. Incredible. So I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna immersive read with this, with New Moon. But I did use it I did listen to all of Twilight on the Twilight audiobooks. The physical audiobook I had. I will probably reread this series again. To feel something. I don't know. You know the movie Hereditary, the horror movie? You shouldn't watch it. If you're like, what is that movie? That sounds interesting. Don't. No, if you want to sleep ever again, if you want to be happy ever again, don't watch it. Anyways, I watched it 3 times. And I watch it every time I'm like, I need to feel something. That's kind of how I'll imagine I'll be with Twilight in my 30s. But deep down, I know it's going to happen way before my 30s. I'm probably going to reread Twilight in like 2 years. because I'm sick. Anyways, lastly, I just wanted to say, I used to use my books as like free writing range. If there was a blank spot in a book, I was writing in it. Don't do that. Unless you want to. But here's the thing, as like a 16-year-old, I was like, damn, I'm writing so much poetry right now. It was awful. So one of my creations was I saw somebody put a picture, like this is years ago, on Instagram. I saw somebody put a picture of themselves, and then it said depression, and it had like glitter and hearts and stuff. So I'm gonna block out my mom's face. I did that with bipolar because I got diagnosed with bipolar around the time I got this book. The last little tidbit about it. Has it been annotated at all? No. Completely pure. The last little thing about this book that I find very funny is there's just a math equation in the back. Anyways, lastly, what we're here for, the book review. Okay, I'm really struggling to pronounce this author's first name. I'm gonna try. I think I know how to say her last name. I'm gonna try to pronounce her first name. Honey and Spice by Balua Babaloa. I know I'm saying Babaloa correctly, so I'm just going to refer to her as Babaloa. I have tried saying it multiple times, but I can literally only say it if I'm, like, actively hearing it, and I can't actively hear it and record because I don't have another device. So, please know I tried. I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. I think it's really rude when people just, like, don't try to pronounce people's names correctly. And I also think a lot of that's rooted in racism. Speaking of racism, here's the thing with this book. I am not going to shit on a book written by a black woman. And you're like, Alexis, some of you are going to be like, Alexis, you should treat every book equally. It doesn't matter who wrote it. If it's a bad book, you should be able to criticize it. First off, not a bad book. Gave it a 3.75. That's not a low rating. Second off, that would be awesome if we lived in a perfect world. We don't. So leaving a bad review for a black author can negatively impact them way more than it negatively impacts a white author. Do I think you should lie? No, I just think you should be not a dick. I think you shouldn't be a dick to anybody for bad reviews, unless it's Twilight, because Twilight is deeply controversial. If it's controversial, be a dick, but if it's not, don't be a dick. Anyways, I just want to put in, I'm not going to be a dick, and I know my opinion doesn't matter too much because I have 2 subscribers, but I don't feel like it's right to just shit on. I've only read one other black author beside this. I don't think it's right to just shit on this black author, so I don't want it to come off that I'm just like criticizing everything about this book, because I'm not. I actually enjoyed a lot of it. So here's my review. I liked this book. I liked a lot of parts of it. My favorite part by far is the female friendship. I love the female friendship, and I also love that Kiki, our main character, has goals outside of her relationship. I think it's really beautiful that she has like a radio show. I don't know what you would call it. It is a radio show. I just don't know if that's how they refer to it as. She's a radio show. She's trying to apply for an internship at NYU in New York. I love that she felt like a genuine person outside of her relationship. I also think this is the most growth I've seen in any character ever in a standalone book. I struggle to find growth in characters because I'm like, I don't really notice. That's just me. It's not that authors aren't good writers. I don't know. There's something wrong with me. Anyways, I was so aware of her growth, and I really loved it. And I think she's a very fleshed out, well written character, and I really, really enjoyed her character, and I really enjoyed her friendships. Her female friendships were really beautiful. And also, there's an evil lesbian. There's a mean girl lesbian, and I know that's kind of a trope that isn't the best. This is a little stereotypical. However, I love an evil mean girl lesbian. I do. So, I just thought I'd say that. I love evil lesbians. I want to kiss them. Anyways, I thought this was really well done. I thought it was really fun, really good book. The thing I didn't like, which like I feel like nobody warned me for, is they kind of treat Kiki and Malachi like they're celebrities. And I get it, she's like a talk show or like a radio host. I still think everyone cared way too much about her and didn't have nearly enough reason to care about her. I thought it was unrealistic. And here's the thing, sometimes the fun thing about romance is that it is unrealistic, but I like to read realistic romance. I think unrealistic romance can be super fun, but it's not my favorite. And I just think I don't think that's how college works. I don't know. I haven't started college yet. I start college in the fall, so maybe I'll feel differently. Maybe I'll get involved with a boy and start fake dating him and become a radio host and everyone will become obsessed with me. I don't know. I felt like it was kind of silly to, like, make everyone obsessed with Kiki and Malachi. I thought it was weird. I thought it was a little cringy. I was like, this is not how real life works. You know? I'm checking the time. Otherwise, I really liked it. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was cute. I thought it was sweet. I thought the writing was beautiful. There was also points where I'm like, this feels like how it is. It also, another thing, it kind of felt like a high school drama. Not because the characters were immature. I thought the characters were all very mature, especially the woman. But it did kind of feel like a high school drama where I'm like, this is not how reality works. And I didn't enjoy that aspect. But there were some parts where it was kind of fun, where I'm like, when she would talk about like how it is to talk to a man, I'd be like, that's exactly how I felt when I was 15 talking to my first ever boy crush. That's exactly how I felt. And that was really fun. That was a really fun feeling. But like otherwise, I was just kind of like, I don't know, that's my opinion. I recommend it if you are looking for good, it has minimal spice, so if you're into that. It also fake dating. He falls first, he falls harder. A good black author to read. She also has a second book, Sweet Heat, which I will be reading. I have it on hold in the library. But yeah, I don't feel right just shitting on it. So I don't want you to like. I feel like I'd make that preference for every book. I don't want you to come in here and like think I'm gonna just shit on books. I think all books take time and stuff, and there's like very rarely I will come on here and like make fun of people. I don't think I'll really ever do that, but I wasn't the biggest fan of like how they felt like celebrities. I was like, I think that's stupid. And that's my opinion. Anyways, have a great day. Read books. Support your library. Read Honey and Spice. It is good. Yeah. Don't read Twilight. Don't do it. Don't do it.